Welcome, Hoarders. They're going to be playing some more Grand Theft Auto 5. And this Testing Tuesday, we're going to be testing the Enus Stafford. I knew immediately that this car was a Rolls Royce, just because you look at the front grille, and it gives off the vibe of Rolls Royce immediately. So I knew it was a Rolls Royce. I looked on the, looked like it just got brighter randomly. Oh, that would be such a much nicer thumbnail picture than what I'm probably going to end up using. But what was I saying? I was saying something about something. Oh, I knew it was a Rolls Royce, but I didn't know what kind, so I checked the GTA fandom page thing that I use sometimes when I'm not 100% sure on a car. And they put a... I don't remember what it was, but it was definitely not this. The reason I knew where this car was from, I might throw like a little tiny video clip up in the corner of it. I knew this car from John Lennon's cover of Stand By Me, and I knew, like, some reason that clicked with me pretty quick. And then I found out that it was a 1960 Rolls-Royce Phantom 5. So that's what this is. It's not what the fandom page says. I think I might try to become a part of that page, because I know there's some people out there that don't know much of cars that I'm sure have something to do with the game. Like, they like the game more than they like cars, which I am about even on both ends, but we're not here to talk about this. Or talk about that. We're here to talk about this, since I'm going off track. This is not black. It is a very, very dark shade of blue. I'm not exactly sure what the color was. You can tell a lot more from the front that it's a blue instead of a black. I didn't want to go with the black because it's too... It seems like too common of a color on this. So I wanted to go something either... pretty much anything other than black or white, because those are the two main ones. Like I said in the... if you guys saw in the top left-hand corner about the John Lennon video, that one's white. And I thought about that for a second, but white and a lot of chrome I think looks kind of stupid. So this kind of looks more like the Hudson Hornet from the Cars movie. But oh well. I want to figure out what the color was that I used on this. I think it was like... It wasn't midnight blue, I don't think. It was galaxy blue. Yeah, midnight blue's a lot darker. I like the galaxy. You can tell it's a different color when you're in here. But I really am happy that they added this car to the game. However, I think it should be about half the price that it was. It was a little over 1.2 million. I think it was $1,295,000. So it was a lot more than it should have been. I was thinking somewhere around $600,000-700,000. But it was way up there. The big question, is it worth the money? For someone who loves cars like I do, yes, it's worth the money. Add it into your collection. Why the fuck would you stop there? Yeah, it's definitely worth adding it to your collection in game if you are into grinding a lot. It looks green now. But I had to keep selling cars and exporting cars and doing other things in the game to earn money. So I just did that over and over until I eventually got enough money. I pretty much had to start from scratch because buying the nightclub really ran me out of a lot of money. So I'm gonna have to start saving up again, because there's supposed to be another add-on to the update soon, and I saw a car that looks like the car from what is that? It's some racing movie. I don't remember what it was called. but it looked like that. I think they made an actual a production vehicle of it that looks similar to that too. But yeah, I love this car, but for the price, no. Um, Handling is not bad. It's somewhat similar to the Roosevelt, but it's got it. It works pretty decent. Brakes are not great. I will say that. Um, what else? Top speed, we're probably at it by now. And it looks like we are going almost 60. It's either almost 60 or we're going a little above 60. What one's that? No, we're going a little bit above 60. I was looking at the right dial. That must be the RPMs. Is it? I can't fucking see. Well, it does have a nice interior, I will say that. I changed the color to a brown because I don't like too much black on vehicles. There's not really many cars that I like that are colored black or white, actually. Now that I think of it, I just don't like those colors for vehicles. They're too plain. But I do like the mirror like that. Too bad it's not actually useful. You fucking dumb Prius. Bitch. The only other vehicles I've seen that type of mirror on are the first gen Corvettes and some of the really old, not really old, like 60s Cadillacs. It might have been more of a 60s thing to do that back then. Yeet. Now that I think of it, I haven't looked yet, so let's do that. Let's find a place to pull off. I think the hospital's up here. Yeah. Let's go up. Let's go right in front of these cars. The doors. Holy fuck, that's a big trunk. I don't know. The wires for the spark plugs on that engine are messy looking. I want to get out and look if my fat ass doesn't hit. What is that? That's a dumb texture, I'll tell you that. That's dumb. Why would you do that? That's like lazy. They just put a fucking JPEG file and wrap the head covers. Thanks, asshole. Okay. I don't really care what they do. I'm not that type of person when it comes to this game. Yeet. Aw, don't hit me, you cunt. There's not really much more to this, actually. So let's head on over to the test track and see what we can get there. In case you guys were wondering, this car is under the sedans category. And I want to tell you guys about a video that I was planning on doing in the near future, hopefully. I'm planning on doing a top 10 video on top 10 best cars you can get and keep off the street on GTA 5. That being pretty much any car you can keep that you cannot buy off of change that. You could buy it, but cars that you can get off the street without buying them is basically what I'm trying to say. Like anything that you can just take off the street, put it directly in your garage, and buy insurance, and that's it. Ooh, almost did a little drift. That's actually what you don't want to do, because that slows you down. But I didn't. I saved her pretty good. I hope we can go faster than 60, honestly. But I don't foresee this vehicle doing very good, to be honest. It's sluggish. It's about what you expect for what it is. But anyway, back into what I was talking about. I started making a list, like, just a big compile. I'll probably pick like 20 cars and then put it down to 10. What I'd like to do is have like 2 cars from each category if I could. And I was thinking about giving them points, like 2 points per door, that or 2 points per seat, I should say, because some vehicles have 4 doors and 6 seats. Being like the Granger, you can fit 6 people in it because 2 can hang on the side, which that is another vehicle that you can just pick up off the street and throw it in your garage. But what I wanted was like 2 vehicles of each category, like 2 SUVs, 2 sedans, 2 muscle cars, stuff like that. Because like right now, I just started adding to the list. I have probably 5 or 6 muscle cars on there, being the Gauntlet, the Dominator. What else was there? Gauntlet, Dominator, the Phoenix. There's quite a few other muscle cars. Try to keep it on or in the line. That was pretty good. What did we get? 2 minutes 45.734 seconds. I know that's not going to be a great time, so let's head on over to leaderboard and see where we placed. As you can see, the Enus Stafford finished in 93rd place with 2 minutes 45.734 seconds, right behind the Weenie Classic, which is that's a very bad time. I'm not going to try to sugarcoat that because that's what it is. It's a terrible time. There's 1, 2, 3. It's 9 places away from last place, because there's a couple more times on the other page, or the next page. So yeah, it's pretty bad. At least it's better than some of the some other cars like the Emperors and the monster truck, but it's still pretty bad. Like I said, I don't think you can't justify buying the vehicle for getting it for speed and performance. The only way I would say that should even get the vehicle is because you like the vehicle itself, by the looks. And I kind of enjoy vehicles that are like this, just because they give you a certain vibe, like this one does. It doesn't go that fast. It only went like 64 at the top speed, which is really slow, but it's kind of nice to have some cars like that in the game. But let's now head on over to the drag track and see what we can get over there. Okay, on to the final test. One thing that is weird about this that I didn't mention is the front turn signals aren't turn signals, they're headlights. It's kind of dumb. Let me show you. See, the little pieces on the fenders should be turn signals instead of like really tiny wordless headlights. But oh well. I do really love this. The back of it looks quite a bit like a Hudson Hornet too. I would love for them to add a Hudson Hornet, to be completely honest. That's one of my favorite cars. Okay, yeet! What do we get? Come on, what do we get? Got 31.803 seconds. Seems like about a decent time. But let's head on over to leaderboard and see where we placed. Again, it got a very, very bad time. This one's a little bit better. It finished in 90th place at 31.803 seconds. This time the Liberator beat it, so that's not really good, but it is about the same amount of places behind, considering there's a lot of places on the drag track that got the same times, so the number's basically still the same. It's just not that good. There's nothing really else to say about it. That's what the vehicle does. It's just not fast. But it's it's still a very nice vehicle to have. Um, Especially, I can't see many people owning this other than people like me that enjoy just the cars themselves. That's like the big reason I even play the game. Like, how can I explain it? Like back in the day when the game just first came out, everyone had an adder. Every single person that played the game had an adder. And now you see absolutely no one driving them. I think this is going to be not quite the same. I think it's just going to be no one's going to be seen driving them, because I see that a lot of people that play this game only want the fastest car, which is what the adder was back then. They only want the fastest car no matter how expensive it is. Whereas this is one of those vehicles that you get strictly because you like the vehicle, not because it's fast. But could you guys please post in the comments down below a vehicle you'd like to see me test in the next video? I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. And if you did enjoy the video, don't forget to watch one of my previous, next, and related videos, and don't forget to check out my other social medias in the description down below.